The feud that just won't go away between Drake and Meek Mill rages on. Drake came back. We thought it was kind of put to bed.
I thought he won.
Yeah, Drake, even without like following it, you just assume Drake wins because you heard of Drake's music. And Meek Mill, you've only heard of in the context I've only heard of. You know a lot about rap music.
No, I mean not a lot. But
you know more about
I
music
pay
than I do.
attention.
So I hadn't heard about Meek Mill's music. I just have heard about him in the context of him dating Nicki Minaj and him being in beefs.
Right.
Anyways, Drake came back. He dropped this song called Summer 16. Take a listen.
I let the diss record drop. You was staying right below me. We must have played it 100 times. You was going to bed.
So, in case you didn't follow it, he talked about when he was checked into the Four Seasons and Meek Mill was staying underneath him. And so just to piss off Meek Mill, he started playing his music really loud 100 times while Meek was trying to go to sleep. Now, Meek Mill won't let this stand because he's a battle rapper from the streets of Philadelphia, the streets of brotherly, not love.
Brotherly hate.
Brotherly hate. So he released a follow-up song going back at Drake. Check it out.
5-star hotel, Four Seasons. Them chumps right upstairs, they know not to come down here playing no real
The thing about Meek Mill is I can't follow what he says when he speaks.
Yeah.
Ja'Cory said something amazing. Ja'Cory, who I don't know if you've seen him, he works here. He said Meek Mill always sounds like he's running away from a pit bull. And you listen to it, you're like, it's so right. It's so true. He doesn't have like that definitive delivery that everybody else does.
The thing that's interesting about this Meek Mill and Drake beef is that Meek Mill comes from a background of battle rap. That is how he was discovered. And Drake does not. I mean, like he even says, he's like, you're getting bodied by a singing blank in the song. Like that's not his forte. You know, this is the guy that sings Hotline Bling.
Yeah.
So the reason why it's interesting is that when Drake steps up to the plate, his delivery, his swagger is just, it is a little bit more intimidating. It's more of a presence than we get from Meek. That being said, I don't think that Meek isn't bringing anything here. It's just that Drake knows what the masses, what's going to identify, like what people are going to identify with on Twitter, on Instagram, like what people are going to be vining about. Drake knows how to get the lyrics out there, to get the music that people will be singing along with, that idiot white people that don't know anything about rap music will be like, I love back to back. And then it becomes like he won because he's already all over Twitter, already all over Instagram. People are creating these memes. And Meek hasn't done that yet. He's creating really good battle verses, but they're not catchy. No one's singing along to a Meek Mill song. And people get upset. They're like, you're always taking Drake's side. Like, you don't know any of Meek Mill's music. Here's the deal. Not a lot of people know about Meek Mill's music. And that's not my fault. It's not Brett's fault.
It's not my fault.
But maybe that's not what Meek Mill wants. Drake is a top 40 artist that happens to have a background in hip hop and R&B and rap, okay? And that's great for him. And he's found a lot of success in that way. So you have to recognize that. Meek hasn't done that. It's not my fault. I mean, if he wants to get that same level of recognition as Drake, then go do that. Create that good music. And if you can't, well, you know, you'll always have a fan base. You're an incredibly talented guy, but maybe starting battles with the biggest name in rap isn't for you, my friend. Like, maybe you should pick someone else. Maybe just go back to battling battle rappers. Or just me.
Just you.
I don't know. I just get really worked up.
It's okay. It's all right, Grace.
I get really worked up about it.
Here's the thing: is like a lot of what Meek Mill's saying is that he's calling Drake out for being that Meek Mill ghost wrote some stuff.
Yeah.
For Drake, and he's attacking Drake for ghostwriting stuff for other people. Meek, you write some good lyrics. When I listen to your music, I'm like, I don't know, whatever. But when I read it, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe you should just be a writer. There's people who make a lot of money and get a lot of acclaim by just being writers. It's
and
good
people don't make mean memes about writers.
Yeah, they go like, you know, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think that Meek just needs to take a step back. And to add insult to injury, Amir brought up a story before we shot where they were at a Sixers game, Philadelphia. For those who don't know, Grace is a big NBA fan. She has Manu Ginobili on her Nalgene. Not kidding. It's my favorite thing about her. But they were at a Sixers game, and Nicki Minaj was there with Meek, and the announcer said, "We're very excited to have Nicki Minaj in the audience." and Meek Mill too. Which is terrible because he's from Philadelphia. And that's his home turf. And someone be like, your girlfriend's here. And you've got a window, I think, for Meek. Like, he's gotten the notoriety, whether it's good or bad. Mm-hmm. Now he has a window to like put out something good that a lot of people will like.
Yeah.
Because we're ready for it.
Yeah.
But if this keeps going on and he keeps just attacking people, then I think that window closes and people are just gonna, it's gonna be even worse when people stop paying attention to when you call out Drake for like, what was it? Playing loud music.
Yeah.
Like, come on. There's other people who say weird, mean stuff all the time. We talked about it last week, and that was Kanye West. And he says some really strange things and some really mean things, like I own your baby.
Oh, God.
But and by the same token, like when Kanye puts out an album, I just find myself going like, I don't care what he says. I love this. Like this is so good.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna talk the smack, as my generation used to call it.
Yep.
If you're gonna talk the smack, you gotta back it up with like some actual good stuff.
And I hope that, like what you were saying, I hope he does. This is a window where if Meek Mill releases something, he has our attention, and hopefully he puts out something awesome, and then we can be like, oh, like this is a great rapper. I'm so happy he's in the game, and please stop talking about Drake.
Yeah, whose side are you on? Answer our poll question. And then fight us.
Fight us.
Not in person.
No.
Subscribe to this channel, watch us on Watchable, and we'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.